Good morning, leaders. I wanted to talk to you guys really quickly. I'm waiting in the car while my daughter's inside doing physical therapy. She's a teenager. Don't come for me. She's allowed to be in there by herself. For those that don't know me, my name is Katrina Anderson. I'm the Star Director for Empowering Sense. And I wanted to talk to you guys about recognizing what you want repeated, which I know I have talked to you guys about before, and so have so many other leaders. But I also wanted to touch on ignoring what you don't want repeated too. Okay, we always like to focus on recognizing what we want repeated, but then what happens when things happen? I've had so many leaders come to me, whether you have one person under you, or you have 20 people under you, or you have 100 people under you, you're gonna have like a few bad apples, basically. Okay. So I wanted to touch on the ignoring part first. Okay. Because that way we can end on a good note of the recognizing what we do want repeated. So say you have someone who is just always being snarky on your team page or on your director's page, or they're never showing up for your meetings, for your director's meetings. They're never giving more than they take. They are just, they never want to look for the answer. They just want to message you outside of your business hours and, get pissed off when you don't answer them, and they get snarky with you, bitchy with you, whatever. Listen, that's what, I feel like that comes with the territory a lot when this is a predominantly estrogen filled business, is what I will say. Okay. I'm not saying that you need to like take it at all. 100%. No, you do not. No, you do not. You do not create boundaries, but you have to learn to stick to those boundaries, basically. Okay. So how do you do that is, you might hear some people just tell you ignore it. Some people tell you bless and release. But honestly, just do not feed into any kind of negativity at all. If someone's being snarky on your team page or on your director's team page, don't respond to them. I see it so much on other pages, like other consultant pages. We see it a lot on other director pages, where like people just are negative, like they respond negatively to things when it's like, you could have just scrolled. You didn't have to comment that. Like, obviously you're having a bad day. Like, but listen, it's not even like, don't even waste your energy on commenting things like that. Like, why? So it makes you look like the bigger person? No, the bigger person actually just doesn't even comment. I'm not even going to give you time and energy for a response. If you're going to constantly keep messaging me outside of my business hours, because you want to know when something is coming back in stock, but you can't be bothered to check our team page, ask on our team page, or search the workstation yourself. No, I'm not even doing the whole 24-hour response wait time. You're just not getting a response from me, period. I'm not even going to ask you 24 hours later, did you find the answer? I'm not, because I cannot pour energy into that at all. If someone is being snarky, like on your team page, your director's page, just don't respond. Stop it. Stop. If someone is, you'll honestly see a lot of people. I know Whitney has basically, it's like we have one rule. We have one rule in this group. Besides, like, give more than you take. It's no negativity. No negativity. Like, are we saying that this business is rainbows and sunshine, coming out of unicorn butts all day long? No, it's not. But there are other places for you to vent. You don't need to do it on the leader's page. You don't need to do it on your director's page. You don't need to do it on your team page. And you don't need to allow it on those pages too. I don't know about you, but like, if as a star director, if I had one of my leaders on this page being negative or whatever, and complaining about something not being in stock, or complaining about something, selling out too fast, or just being negative in general, if I had one of my leaders, someone under me doing that, that is so embarrassing to me. That is so embarrassing to me. I know I preach to my kids all the time, like, it doesn't matter what people think about you, but I'm totally somebody who cares what other people think of me. That is just who I am as a person. So to me, maybe it's like the military kid in me, the military wife in me, but I grew up old school where, like, you did not do stuff to embarrass your parents. Like, don't do stuff to embarrass your director. Don't do stuff to embarrass your sponsor. The worst thing that I think could ever happen to a leader is for someone to basically show their ass on a page, and for, like, whoever runs that page to be like, who is your sponsor? Who is your director? That is literally like saying, where are your parents? Where are your parents? So please don't do that to your director, to your sponsor, to your leader. Because we're back here being like, oh my God, I know that I've trained them better than that. Why are they doing this? So, anyways, to get back to what I was saying, I know I just scrolled there for a minute. Just if someone's being negative, just don't feed into it. I know that sounds so much easier than it really is, because it's super frustrating. I know it is. I know firsthand how frustrating it is. But I promise you, hey Carly, when you have team drama, no matter what title you are, like I said, I don't care if you have one person under you or you have 20 people under you. You're gonna have drama on your team at some point in time. It's just natural. It's just natural. People butt heads and things like that. But yes, ignore. Exactly. Ignore. Bye, Felicia. No. So when we say recognize what you want repeated, that literally means ignore what you don't find acceptable. If you don't want it repeated, do not feed into it. Do not recognize it at all. It's even something that I've started doing with my kids. Like, me and my husband have that conversation where I'm just like, recognize what you want repeated. We don't want tantrums. I'm not going to even feed into the tantrum. No, you're not even going to get negative attention from me. No. So that being said, when you do want to recognize what you want repeated, that's when I feel like, for me, y'all know recognition is super important to me. I go probably above and beyond. Like, toot, yep. Toot my own horn with that. I think I'm pretty badass at recognition. I love me some recognition, but that means that, like, when someone is doing something that I want repeated, whether it's certain numbers by a certain point of time in the month, contributing to their director's page, just seeing another one of my director's pages like hot and popping, and like they have amazing what's it called? Like, if their team page is just like on fire with like everyone's like doing all the things on their page and people are contributing and going live, you bet your ass I'm gonna shout them out. I'm gonna screenshot something and I'm gonna send it to that director and be like, oh my God, like, your team page is on point right now and it's freaking amazing. Love it. Or I will go on another director's team page and be like, hey, like, I can see all y'all's numbers. Like, y'all are leading in TWV for our entire group. Y'all are leading in sponsoring for our entire group. I feel like it's so important to shout those things out. So recognize what you want repeated. What do you want repeated? Figure that out, what you want repeated. Something for me that's very important is top TWV, active frontline, group wide. It's all the things that you see on banners. So if you see it on this group page banner, it's important. That's what we want repeated. I think, I know even Whitney puts on, I don't know if she does it on the leader banner, but on her group page banner, like on her team page banner for Simply Grace and Grit, she even puts the top contributors on her banner. If I had room on mine, I would do that too, but I do shout people out in a post for that, for the top contributors. And I make a point too to make sure that I let the rest of our page know, like, hey, this doesn't include admins and moderators, which all my directors are admins and moderators. Like, they're contributing too. They would be on here if they weren't admins and moderators. Yes. I love that too. I have done it on your team page, Carly, for sure. And for you to even say that too, thank you so much. That she has. There are people in Carly's team that have come to my personal page on Facebook or sent me messages in the middle of the night, and those are messages that I don't mind answering outside of my business hours, where they're just like, thank you so much. Like, you're always shouting us out. Thank you so much. Like, you're not our director. You don't have to do that. You're just our upline. Like, thank you so much. And that's not why I do recognition. I don't do recognition just to get a thank you back in return. I don't do that. It is really nice, but I really do recognition because of the whole recognize what you want repeated that Whitney has instilled in us from day one. From day one, I can say that, honest to God, because I've been with Whitney since before she was like a leader. Like, I feel like Whitney could agree with that. Like, we're all like, I just kind of did my own thing. I'm sure she was frustrated as hell with me when I first joined. But like, I've been here since the beginning. I think I was like her second person that joined her. So I've literally seen our SSD evolve into the SSD, into the leader that she is today. Just like she's seen me evolve and from the essential consultant to the star director that I am today. And something that she has preached pretty much from the beginning because of our upline SSD is recognize what you want repeated. So, and that's literally like what I want repeated might not be something that you want repeated. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't want people to be like paid a title at the end of the month. I don't know why you wouldn't want people, you know, I have a big thing that I've been focusing on right now, and that is active by the 5th, 500 by the 15th, 1K by the end of the month. And if you're a leader above paid a title, those are things that you need to be doing. You need to be ticking all those boxes for you to be on my radar. That is just, but that's because I have a group of almost 200 people. So I have to be picky with who I pour into. But just find what is important to you. What do you see that is making a difference in your team? And even if it's, maybe it's not even a numbers thing for you. Maybe it's, this person always comments on every single post that is in our team page. And they're making sure that my team page doesn't die. You bet your ass I'm gonna shout that person out for that. For sure. That's the top contributor post. Now, if you don't have, I think you have to have 50 people in your group for those numbers to pop up for you under the admin settings. But like, if it's just something that you just see on your own without Facebook telling you, like if you just see that like Amanda is always commenting on every single post, like, yeah, I'm gonna at least, even if I just privately shout her out, but I love me some public recognition, but like, even if I just shoot her a message and go, hey girl, thank you so much. You're always commenting, like every live I do, you pop on. Thank you so much. You know, because especially this month, like this month has been crazy hectic because of the holidays and things like that. I'm not making excuses, but like we all have a lot of stuff going on. Hence the training from the vehicle today. Okay. Hence I didn't even do Tip Tuesday yesterday because I was so busy yesterday. Okay. So just find what is important to you, whether it is a numbers thing, a contribution thing, if it's like a team culture thing, whatever is important to you that you want to focus on, recognize that. And at the same time, if it is not something that you want to pour into, if it is something that is sucking you dry, ignore the shit out of it. Do not recognize it at all. I know it sounds easier. It sounds easier than actually doing it. But when you can actually wrap your head around ignoring negativity, removing people from your page for being negative, for not answering bogus messages at 11 o'clock at night, because they just don't respect your team hours. When you can finally accept that it's okay to do that it's not you being mean, it's not you being a bitch, it's not you know, being an awful leader. No, it's you setting boundaries. That is something healthy that you should be doing in all aspects of your life. But I'm just talking to you about your business. But as soon as you can wrap your head around that and be okay with it, it's like this huge weight just lifts. This huge weight lifts, okay? It really does. So, I love y'all. Recognize what you want repeated. Please, please, please. And like I said, even if you only have one person under you, start recognizing that person. Recognize them on your director's page. Recognize them on the leadership page. Shout them out for doing big things. And you know what? Even if they're doing better than you 100% should be shouting them out. I feel like especially If they're outdoing you, I get so excited as a star director, as someone who has been doing this for almost 4 years, when I have someone under me, I don't care what their title is, if they out PRV me at the end of the month, if they out sponsor me, if they out train me, if they out promote me, we're not going to sit back and cry about it. I'm going to shout them out. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Recognize what you want repeated. Recognize what you want repeated. I love y'all. Have a great day.